So everything's all good. All right. Well, yeah. No, I appreciate it, man. Um, shit, it's been a long year. It's been a long year. So much shit went down and so much shit changed. Shit, life is good. Life is great. You know. Um, fuck, no matter what, life's always gonna be good. I'm always happy. Um, can't complain about my life. I get to do what I love. I fucking love what I do. So I have no complaints. I know I've been missing people asking me where the fuck have I been. Um, fuck. So all right. So yeah, we put out Lost Boy Presley in February of last year. That was like a year ago. And then I did an interview post. I really rushed it. I finished the album in Paris, and then um also to do an interview, a couple of interviews before. One guy backed out, and then the other one is too late. I was booked, and then it's Fashion Week and all that shit. So um but yeah, I actually dropped it when I was up there. I recorded the last song with my brother from the UK, Stan. So the thing finished. I finished the album. That was the last track that had to be done. Put the put the album out. It was what I wanted. I'm still like fucking around with my sound. I've been that was like my fourth or fifth artist. So I've been doing the music for a few years. Um, I'm just trying out different sounds. But I was always being a different person. I went through three different artist names. Um, one of them, was like I just went for clout, and I realized that that wasn't what I wanted to do, and there was really no going back from that. So, like when you're like going for clout, right? You're there to draw energy from people, whether it's good or bad, usually something bad, right? Because it gets the most people fucking going. So, it brought a lot of negative energy into my life. Um, and it was just like, I mean, I got what I wanted. Um, I had people I didn't fucking know messaging me, tweeting about me, all kinds of shit. And, but it didn't help me. Um, I don't think it would have helped me at all in the industry, um, with growth. We see where all the clout chasing, all that shit went. And I think originality is important. It's hard for me to make this character whoever he is, right? Um, I removed a fucking tattoo on my face. Like I why did I even do it? Just so that I, could fit the role that I was trying to put myself into. But, it wasn't me. I wasn't feeling it. And I fell out of love with that. So, you know, I've been, I've been making the music, making money, making streams for a little while. And then Lostboy Presley, I was experimenting um with all kinds of different sounds. Um I went with like uh man, there's like crazy sound coming out of Russia at the time. Um like crazy the producers in Russia and Ukraine before the fucking war. What's crazy, I was linking up with them. Um yeah, I had Mads, uh Space Boy, um Play a Soldier, all from, that region. Um Mad Space Boy, Play a Soldier. Um Fuck, if I'm forgetting somebody, I'm so sorry. I've been away for a while. Right now there's, the Curly. Curly gotcha. So yeah, like I was fucking with everybody from Russia and Ukraine. Curly gotcha. Um Slava Marlow. Um uh Fuck. I'm gonna be so pissed because I literally made these beats over FaceTime um with this one guy, and I can't believe I can't remember his fucking name. Oh shit. You know what? I'm gonna cut back in, at the end of the interview. I'm gonna figure it out. Okay. But yeah, so like I started really fucking with these producers from Russia and like Ukraine, and then the war happened, and it was insane seeing, both sides, um all these guys just fuck, their lives are totally changed. These kids, these, if you were old enough, if you were 18, you're going to fucking war, and it's fucking crazy. So yeah, I had like, a lot of like I said, was industry friends um from countries that were at war at the time, and now that we're at war with and shit. And um I did my best to um help the guys out, whatever way they could, because they were just, you couldn't, I like, Bitcoin was the only way to that these guys could make money. And yeah, fuck, I helped, in whatever way I could. um and thankfully they're all still here. So yeah, but Lost Boy Presley was total like Russian vibe, influenced beats. um it promoted itself, really. uh I'd end up on people's radars that listen to like Yeat and Press and Playboy Carti, you know. um I saw myself in playlists with them, and so I was like, okay, like that's the kind of music I like, is the like, I just made music that I liked, that made me, that I could express, myself. And it was the like closest thing to like real to me. And I did pretty fucking good. I had, 2 months in off of somebody who doesn't have history, much of a history, because I kept changing artist names. So I kind of left my old followers, because I didn't want fans that were here for the music I was making before. So when I redo my artist, I start from scratch. And 2 months I had, or close to 3 months, I had 5 million streams. And then I did the interview, uh and then because of some shit I said in the interview, um they were telling me like, oh, we can't we gotta cut out things because a lot of your things that we talked about, don't match our company and like the people that view our interviews. So I told him it's fine, you can cut out whatever you want. If you want me to like dub, shit, I can dub it or whatever you want to do. Um and then a couple of days later, they were like, we can't use your interview at all. I'm sorry. So I asked them to send it to me, and then I'll just like, promote it myself. I'll cut your guy out, or how about you send it to me with all, your guy cut out for the whole thing. And they were like, nah, it's gone. So I kind of got like, that was like really fucking weird for me. Never experienced that. So um after that interview, within a week, um some artists that I had featured with, yeah, after that, some artists that I had some features with, I actually had two big names. Well, to me they're big names. um not so underground anymore. um Guys, two guys that, yeah, like I look up to in the industry. And then it was like they paid me back for the fucking features that I got from them, and they said that they don't want they don't want me to post it. And so I was like tripping out. And then so you know I called one of the guys, and he's like, yeah, you know that interview company said that they won't handle me again if I put the music out with you, um because at some point in time they think that like I'm gonna do some shit that's gonna like fuck up their image. So even if, you know, that interview never made it live, they were worried that, if they work with me, they put the music out, and then I do some dumb shit or say some shit, um, that it's gonna hurt their image. So I got paid back. It was really weird. And then I wake up one morning to check my streams, because it motivates me. I'm fucking getting paid in my sleep. I always look at my streams first thing in the morning, and it was gone. Um, the like Lost Boy Presley, the artist, had nothing, you know. And even some of my leaked or music that I was leaking was fucking gone. And I just, it tripped me out. So it tripped me out. So that whole album got removed from like all the streaming platforms that pay literally like 2 weeks before I would have got my first check. um I was looking at uh, 30 to 50K. I was thinking closer to 50, based off of like total, sales, people that actually like bought the album, well, whatever, right? So I lost a little bit of money. It was all taken down. I lost access. My distributor, um I talked to my distributor, they let me go. And so yeah, Lost Boy Presley was erased, the album and the artist. I had, you know like guys that did, industry guys that paid me back for features. I had, you know it was a really weird time. And then I lost access to my social media accounts. And yeah, so I was kind of like, on, I still went in. I was, for months I was fighting, trying to figure out what the fuck went on and everything. And my not really my management team, but I guess there's something like that, you know. Some industry guys that I work with that, you know, help me out with distribution and all that. And they didn't want to associate, you know, with me unless I went to get like a psych evaluation. So that was a fucking lie. I ended up getting put into like a rehab type of facility for 6 weeks. I was totally isolated. I didn't have a phone. I couldn't watch TV. I couldn't listen to fucking music. Um, Everything that I wrote um was, you know, read. I wasn't allowed to talk to anybody else really except for my like therapist, and I was put on lyfë. Um and then finally, you know, it took 6 weeks. I got released. They flew me home not too long ago on a private jet. And I don't know why they left me the fuck alone on a private jet, because ended up watching the fucking Matrix. And okay, so actually, let me go back. um so the reason why I ended up getting 5150 into an institution, fed lithium for like 6 weeks, had no access to a computer, a TV, a phone, couldn't talk to anybody. If I wanted to work on, you know, like some music or like write ideas down, you know, just for what I'm gonna do when I get out of this bitch, everything was read through. And then, you know, like they kept tabs on everything, you know. um so they were like, oh, you might be like manic depressive or like, you know, bipolar, you know, having manic um schizoid, you know, ideas and whatever, you know. And I understand, like, I grew up all like that way of thinking and all that shit. Like, that's literally what got me here today. Like, from living out of a fucking car, you know. Like, you can't tell me my thoughts are fucked up. You can't tell me I have a mental disorder. Like, I was homeless in a shelter, you know, and I saw that I could fucking like I saw the future, you know. um that I was gonna end up rapping, you know, making music, making beats, rapping. I was gonna, you know, that industry was gonna be my life. And then you know, so I wasn't letting them say shit to me. I wouldn't let nobody say shit to me. And then so they 5150'd me. I was on fed lithium for like 6 weeks, but I get to fly home first class, which is cool. So I fly home, and and put this shit over here. But yeah, so fly home. I watched The Matrix, the new one, and I don't know why they fucking let me fly home alone. Cause immediately I went, "What the fuck did I just do for 6 weeks? What the fuck just happened?" They fucking Matrix blue pilled me, you know. Um, so okay, so you can take this shit out if you want, but I'll tell you, the my interview got pulled mainly because I was talking um about Kanye West, and like I was seeing him with his MPK on stage and doing like, you know, the Runaway shows on YouTube when I was younger, like the Runaway tour. When he would just like go on and on after Heartless, you know, and shit like that. And I was like, oh fuck, that's like I want to do that, you know. Um, but yeah, so I was on the topic of Kanye West, and then um, you know, I mentioned that fucking like everything about the guy is fucking like he's just he's fucking like the realest. Um, influence as far as like my life and everything. And I brought up that when he was talking about like modern day slavery and all this shit, um not the whole like slavery was a choice shit, but just like modern day slavery. And so the interview I was talking and I was telling it's basically what I was saying was like, I was telling him like slavery never really ended. um they tell you this story of slavery and everything, and it's fucking horrible, but at the end of the day, slaves, they had a place to sleep, and then they were fed or whatever, kept healthy enough to work another day, right? um and I related that to our daily, like this whole system that we live for is still, um it's the same principles. It's still built on slavery, right? You work for a giant corporation, you work for, some master of something, right? You work for anybody else, you know, at these low wage paying jobs where you can afford, to buy a to live in a home, you can afford to rent a place or buy a place, you can afford to stay fed, healthy enough to work. So, right, but you don't got all this extra money, you don't have like abundance, you work so you have food and a place to sleep so that you can work tomorrow, right? And you do that every single day. Yeah, you got some entertainment, right? You got movies and Netflix, and you can like, maybe, a lot of people can't, but maybe you can save up enough to travel and whatnot. But at the end of the day, you know, with slaves, they were, their payment for work was a house and some food. And that's exactly how a fucking fuck ton of people live in the world today. Um, there aren't many people who are free thinkers who can get out of the the new slavery. And you know they remind us constantly of, where we came from with slavery, so that we're blind to the fact that we're still living in it. I mean, yeah, you got the freedom to choose who you want your master to, you can pick your master, you can pick your home, you can pick your diet, your food, you can pick your vices, you can pick your entertainment, but at the end of the day, you're working for a place, you're working for the bare minimum until they release you, right? When you're too old to work anymore. And yeah, so like that kind of shit, that was what I started to talk about in interview, like, oh, I had to change my mindset from being so upset that like that's the world I live in, to just making the changes, get out of it, get do whatever, at the time I did things I'm not proud of, but I did what I felt I had to do based off of my knowledge to get myself out of there, and I do what I actually wanted to do, which is everything I'm doing now. So like, I fucking love my life. I love making music. I love everything about music, and it's brought me wealth. I'm making enough that I know I'll never have to worry about money again, and I just did I wanted to like, you know, like my whole goal is to like show everybody like fuck you can do it, you know. Nobody supported this shit. um they all wanted me to stick with that job or whatever, or that stick with that boss, or you know, stay in the system, work for the system, work for the matrix, plug in, you know. But I can't live like that, because once I thought it, you know, I planted that seed. I I had no option but to get out and make a fucking amazing life for myself. And so I did, you know, like um but yeah, like they control, right, your thought, your your idea of what slavery is, you know, chains and whips and you know, labor intensive work with nothing really beneficial. But like it's just different now. The whips and chains have turned into, you know, bullying, and you still fear people with power, right? They get to make all the fucking rules. They get to tell you what you can or can't do. You got the feds taking all your money, your hard-earned money. You know, like you're, you know, you have this picture in your head of what slavery was, you know, um, so that you don't see that we're still living in it. And you know, there are still slave masters who control everything in the country and the world. You know, these people are so fucking rich. They get to make all the rules, make all the laws that benefit themselves, you know, and control you. They, you know, instill fear in you, you know, broadcasting, oh, look at these people that, you know, look, we catch people that fuck up. We catch people that, you know, feel like they were so boxed in that they were doing anything they could to get out. You know, we catch them, you know, they're breaking the rules. And then you have this like idea that anybody who doesn't want to work for the system is like there's something fucked up about them, you know. Or you know, you have these dreams as a kid, and by the time you're an adult, you know, everybody's bullied you in different directions, you know, told you you can't do this, told you you can't be that, don't do that, you'll embarrass somebody, don't do that or I'll leave you, don't do that or you're not my, whatever it is, you know, or you're not smart enough to do that, or whatever it is that people say, right? You, all these can'ts in your whole life, and then one day you're gonna wake up, you know, and you're just gonna be like, how the fuck did I get here? You know, I just followed what everybody else told me to do. You know, they said by this age you should be married, by this age you should have a house, by this, you know, by this age you should be having a secure job with a good retirement, and then at this age you're gonna retire and then you can travel the world, you know. And that's like what everybody's plan is supposed to be, right? So anybody who has any ideas, or they fall out of line, or you know, like they decide that they want to change the order of things in their life, it's always frowned upon. You know, they get bullied into killing their dreams, they get bullied into a life that they don't, maybe they don't even want to live, you know. Forced to go to college, you know, forced to pick a career before they even know who they are, you know. And then at some age they feel like the emptiness, like they're not doing what they really wanted to do. They remember their dreams, you know, when they were a kid, of what they thought life was going to be, you know. They were so inspired by superheroes and astronauts, and you know, and they ended up, you know, not saying, I'm not going to pick any career, cuz they all benefit. We need, doctors, we need, whatever. And people feel, a lot of people, they feel that's their calling, which is great. That's awesome, and that's all I'm trying to say is like, do what you're called, do your calling, do your dream, live your dream. It's fucking, you can have everything you want, everything you want. You already have it. You have to fucking just go and get it. Like, be fearless. Don't doubt yourself, because like, in your mind is so powerful. Like, anything you want, your dreams, everything, you can make all that shit real. I saw myself when I saw Kanye West with his NPC on stage and doing the Runaway shows, his concert on YouTube. As a kid, like, I knew that that's what I was gonna do, and when I was fucking, distracted by the world, falling into, crowds of people that weren't beneficial to me, chasing highs and all this shit, doing things I'm not proud of. I ended up hitting rock bottom, but like 3, 4, 5 times, like, I hit rock bottom. Like, every time, like, it's only the only way from here is up. Nope, there, it can get worse, and then it's like, fuck. Well, the only place from here is up, and it's like, nope, So I had to change my whole fucking mindset. I had to, like, I did a lot of self reflection and everything, and studied my laws of the universe and everything. And from the homeless shelter, I pictured myself, you know, like, doing shows, this crowd, I have this crowd that just fans everything, like, I'm on stage, I'm performing, say what I want to say on such a big platform. I saw it all back when I was living in a shelter. Yeah, I got distracted along the way, you know, but fuck, I stuck to it. And now I'm making a living doing it, doing what I fucking said I was gonna do. Made a living doing what I dreamed I was gonna do. And I know I'm only gonna go up, because I'm honest with myself. I'm true to myself. Everything that I'm doing is you know out of love. It's out of, I'm not clout chasing. I'm not, I don't, I'm not looking for negative energy. I'm not dwelling in it. I'm not living in it. I'm not feeling it. It's just positive. Like, everything's fucking great, and it's only gonna get better.